First off, what did you say at half time? Because something needed to be said.
Yeah, I just, look, we've got an incredible group of players. They're hard working, they're honest, they're brave, they're humble, they're grounded, they're together. And I just said to them at half time, guys, there's one thing I can't handle in life. I can't handle no heart. I can't handle a lack of bravery. I can handle mistakes. It's 2 really bad mistakes for the goal. Like really poor. I can handle bad performance. I can handle all that. I can't handle people hiding, and we don't have people hiding. But I just thought, I thought today, for the first time ever, because there's a little bit of expectation and there was an amazing crowd here and there was buoyant. It happens in football because it's Carlisle, we think, not us, but people think about. And I thought the pressure showed a little bit, and I just said it can't happen, you know. I won't say what I said, there was no swearing, but like, you know, please show me some bravery, show me some heart, show me a willingness to make mistakes by being brave on the ball. And we're all of those things, but I just felt today, I don't know why, and I don't say this I need to go, for once I want to go back and watch the game. And I always say, it's never as bad as you think it is, it's never better than what you thought it is. But it's one game where I was like, I was scratching a little bit. Not in terms of what was going on, but the why we were.
One thing Jack Burrows did mention that you said at half-time was to tell Ethan Hamilton to shoot, which wasn't a bad thing to say.
So I'm glad he said that, because I don't want to pat myself on the back. You know, we talked before the game about we have multiple things in and out of possession, and one of the things was we talked about something that must have a positive outcome. So we said to lads, what does a positive outcome look? And there's various things, shot and goal, cross, and I went, it's getting a round of applause. Even if you boot it over the bar and it's close, that's a positive outcome, because we're getting something back from the fans. It gets them up, it gets them behind it. And it was nice that, having spoke about it, I talked about Jack's shot. Alice did a good shot in the first half, and it's like, you know, please drive, opens up, and I say to him, with your left foot, I'm passing to nobody. So it was nice to see that go in. He's a very coachable guy, and I think he's got goals in him.
Akiva Duncan came on at half-time, which I'm sure surprised quite a few people. How do you feel he got on? Because he's not really had a pre-season in a sense of getting much games, has he? Game time? No,
he's had no minutes. He's obviously trained every day. He's kind of fit, but he's not match fit. I'm pretty black and white guy. If you treat me, I treat everybody with respect. You treat me with respect, we've got no problems. We'd had a conversation. I said before the game, Hax has been an a huge credit to himself and his family. He comes in, he works hard, he's trained, and he's actually trained really well. He's been eye-catching, but we've always been in a situation. I'm not speaking out of turn. Hax, everybody knows this. We thought it was best for multiple reasons if Hax and ourselves went in a different direction. He's still a very good player. Sometimes you just want different things. So I'm not surprised by how well he did when he came on. He's a good player, and I always say that if you're here and I feel we need you, I'll use you. And if you want to be part of that, because it's his career as well, we can help him find that next step. No problem. You know, I think if Hax does well for us, we help him, and if we do well for him, if vice versa, if he does well, it helps us. So he's a really good kid. He's a credit to himself. I see there's a lot of things I really like about Hax, particularly as a human being, and he's got ability. There's no doubt. You look at his career. I mean, he made his debut when he was 16. Big moves. He's played a lot of football in his career.
Now, I have to ask you about the decision in the first half. We'd ask you if it was the other way around, the penalty decision, which didn't get given. Paulie O'Connor with the barge on Sean Maguire. Is that one maybe you got away with a little bit?
I was chatting about this yesterday. I try not to look at stuff after the game. I don't know, but said that's a penalty. I don't know, but we're a long way away. And coming out of the tunnel at half time, the player in question was telling the referee in no uncertain terms, being respectful but strong, it was a penalty. I don't know. I'll ask you, did you think it was a penalty?
I thought it was initially. Right, I've seen them given.
Oh, okay, yeah. What I would say to the players is, what you can't do is give the referee an opportunity, because I've had plenty of penalties go against me in football where you think that's never a penalty, but you put your hand on his back, or you've tackled him when he's going away from goal, whatever it may be. So I'd like to see it back, but I was worried at the time for sure.
Let's run through the injuries at the moment. Danny Mandroy, you mentioned pretty much just a late fitness test.
I can't talk about them. No, look, we've had a lot of bad luck. It's been a particularly bad week. Danny it's either his groin or his hip. I'd need to check on that. Just at the death in training yesterday. I'm reluctant to say this because think it's going to be very, very short term, but sometimes players come back in the Monday and you go, I've got some really bad news. So I think his is a quick fix, but we need to see more. It's less than 24 hours, so we need to see. We'll have a better idea on Monday. So fingers crossed for him, because he's a big player for us.
And Ben House and Tyler Walker, what's the latest with them? Because many people would have probably expected from afar, 2 weeks away, international break, you'd get them back, but that's not been the case.
No, they're both very, very long-term injuries, so they're both a long way away from playing in Lincolnshire, unfortunately.
Huge blow, isn't it, when you have those two as fighting for that one shirt in essence?
Yeah, heartbreaking for them. First and foremost, as people, they want to play football. It's the job they love. Both very, very different players, equally outstanding, and just so unlucky that we've lost two grade A strikers, two top strikers. Bitter pill to swallow, but that's life.
And long term, are we talking New Year? What's long term because I'm sure for a head coach, not having him today feels like long term.
Try to avoid that. So I'll answer your question. Ben House 3 to 5 months. Tyler minimum 8 weeks.
And Adam Jackson, the other one who's been missing today.
Forgot about Jacko. We've had that much bad luck. Jacko, unfortunately, Jacko was starting today. He was playing, big player for us. Just got a phone call this morning from Kieran, and he's been up ill all night. So again, thankfully he's not injured, and not sound silly, but just hope he's okay for himself and his family.
And into Tuesday you go now. I guess with the amount of games you've got coming up, the fixtures you've got coming up, although you don't have the hugest of squads, the biggest of squads, you will have to change things around ever so slightly.
I thought you'd ask me that. We're playing really good opposition, really powerful opposition. It's away from home, so the last thing I want to do is, I'm sure Paul will look back at interviews and stuff like everybody does, so what I'm not going to do is give him a helping hand.
Just give him a fake 11.
No, but we will be going. We will be going there to win the game.